Hello everyone and welcome back to another video today, where today we're going to be planting some of these sunflower seeds here. We have three main varieties, but we're also going to be planting some of the seeds of last year's 14-foot tall sunflower. And as you can see on the picture, then it hasn't even fully grown, the flower head hasn't even fully developed then. So this is the award I got for it last year. I've just covered my address up with some paper there, but yeah, I got an first prize award for the tallest sunflower. But this year we're also going to be entering Nick's allotment diaries sunflower challenge for the tallest sunflower category. I'll put a link to Nick's channel down in the description below, so definitely go check his channel out. He's just reached over 1,000 subscribers. He's doing other categories as well, but I'm going to be focusing on the tallest sunflower. So yeah, we're going to be planting them in some cardboard rolls, some old toilet rolls, and if you have any kitchen roll tube things, you can just cut those in half as well. So we've got quite a few of those here. We're also just going to be planting some in some like 9cm pots here. It's best to plant sunflowers directly in the ground, which we probably will do in about a couple of weeks or so. Sunflowers, I can see, are already starting to sprout up in the dahlia bed where the seeds dropped last year, so it's definitely warm enough, but I'm going to wait a little bit more until I plant them directly in the ground, as they don't like root disturbance. But that's why we're using these cardboard rolls as well, so we won't have to disturb the roots as much, so we can just plant them straight in. So yeah, let me show you basically just how I put these things up. So here we have some toilet rolls. I'm going to do two varieties in here. I've just put a little card divider in there so you know which side is which. So I think what I'm going to do is just put some of these cardboard rolls on the bench, like so, and then we'll fill them up on the bench, and then we'll put them into this tray here, and then put the seeds in. So I'm just going to put these on the bench. I'm going to sieve this compost as well, just so it's easier for them to sprout. I like to sieve it more when I plant some seeds. You don't have to if you're planting yours, but I'm just sieving mine. Just going to give it a bit of a sieve. We're using these cardboard rolls. We're not using plastic pots, which, these things rot down and add to the soil. And if you think about it, it's a lot cheaper. You're just saving the rolls that would normally go in the bin. So, it's all good. So these cardboard rolls, you can cut around and basically fold them in so it's got a bottom. But as sunflowers have a long taproot, I'm not going to do that, so I allow the long main root to grow a bit more. Like I've said in previous videos, the stuff that's going to be left in the sieve, you can use as like mulch, so that's a quick tip for you. So I'm just going to fill these up with some of the sieve compost now. It doesn't have to be perfect, just scoop it up. The stuff will fall out the bottom, so that's why you've got to have it in like a tray. Just got to fill it all up. I'm just going to use one of these very small like micro pots just to compact it a bit more, and that fits quite nicely in there. So if you're enjoying this video or you're finding it useful, remember to leave a like and click subscribe with notifications on, so you get notified every time I upload a new video, and that will be very much appreciated. So just filling these up. The variety of the 14-foot tall sunflower last year was just a normal giant yellow, but it must have been like one of those seeds that, you know, have got some crazy genetics, and I hope that's carried on. But if not, we have some other tall sunflower varieties. We have this giraffe variety here, which is supposed to grow 4.5 meters, so we'll have to see. So now we have filled all the cardboard rolls. Make sure they're compacted well so the soil doesn't fall out the bottom, and once your plants are actually growing, the roots will hold the soil together more. So yeah, let's get these planted. The first variety in here is going to be giraffe. We have how many seeds? 15 seeds, so that should be enough to do one each, and then any that don't grow we can fill in. So there's 10 on each side. These are the giraffe seeds. They are a bit old, they're supposed to be sown by 2017, but you know, I believe they might still have a chance in growing. If you want to, put them facing in downwards, but you know, it doesn't really matter. You know, just put them in. If you think how they fall on the ground, it's just to help it a little bit, if you will, by putting it facing downwards. Wait, don't worry if it's not that easy to do that. The next variety will be last year's 14-foot tall sunflower. I have this little tin here dedicated to sunflower seeds. So we're going to put one seed per pot. Quite a few fell in there, but that doesn't matter. I'm going to be planting loads more of those. I'll show you the seeds for those. So what I'm going to do now is just press them down just a little bit, like so. Give them a little bit of a press down, and then what I'm going to do is get some more of this sieve compost and carefully put in, and then what I'm going to do is give it one last tap down, and then after that I'll just give them a light watering. Don't want to water them too much in these rolls because they'll just fall apart. Press them in nicely. If you're using cardboard rolls, don't use them for plants that, you know, will be in them for a while. Just like short-term plants sort of thing is the best idea, like beans and that. Because let's say you put a chilli in there, it'll just roll or rot before your chilli actually grows it to anything. So yeah, here we have the giraffe, and here we have the 14-foot tall sunflower. So I'm going to get some labels and label them up. So I'm just going to put some labels on. I'm just going to put 14 foot for that one. I believe it even grew a little bit more than 14 foot, about 14.5 foot or something like that, because you know, when they measured it, you know, it grew a bit more after that. So it grew a bit more after that, should I say. I need to sort my grammar out. So yeah, I'll water that in, then we'll plant these two varieties in pots. We have Mongolian Giant and Velvet Queen. So yeah, we'll pop these up as well. So here we're going to do 6 of each variety. As I've said before, we will do more in the coming weeks, but I like to have like succession planting, if you know what I mean, instead of having them all flower at once. We can have, you know, little blocks flower at once, as these will help with pollination as well, so that's all good. Just going to simply put these in. We're going to have the strongest ones at home here in the dahlia bed, and many more on the allotment. helping with pollination and that. So I'm just going to tap these down as I go along. This compost isn't as sieved here, but it shouldn't matter, just using what's on the bench. This is quite wet like that, so that should be good enough. I'm just going to separate them just a little bit so we know which ones are which when we're moving them around. I'll probably have these in separate trays. I'm going to use trays more often this year to hopefully organise things a bit better. So here we have Mongolian Giant. Just go to open it. It's in another little packet there. Some of these seeds are quite old, but they might grow, so we'll give them a chance. We have quite a few more ornamental sunflowers as well, so we'll be planting those this year. These seeds here, I don't know if it'll show up, but there's some good seeds. Go to plant them in. I'll put some of these smaller ones in with the others. So just going to put these other ones back in the packet. So going to press them down. We might not have to put that much soil over the top of these. Just going to put a bit more in. There we go. So simply tapping that down. These ones here, we're going to plant Velvet Queen. So these ones are very small compared to all the other sunflower seeds, so I'm going to put a couple more in each one. Just going to get a couple more here. Don't need that many. I found, like, if you have smaller seeds in a packet, if you grow them for a year, they'll more than likely pollinate with your like giant yellow sunflowers. I've had this before where I've had seeds like these. Unfortunately, the seeds that I've saved off this sunflower I'm going to talk about got eaten by mice, but yeah, basically what happens is they cross-pollinate with bees and that, with your taller sunflowers, with the bigger seeds. And I had like a multiple colour one. There's already varieties called like Ring of Fire, but yeah, I've got a variety like that. But unlike the Ring of Fire, which I've grown before, that variety has small seeds like these, whereas this one that I got the seeds out of, the seeds were much bigger after a few years of growing on. So yeah, it just shows that things can breed naturally. So unfortunately those seeds were lost due to mice, but anyway, we'll label these up, get some labels. These are old labels. I think I'll have to sand some of the old writing off. Can I find some clear ones for now? So Mongolian Giant and Velvet Queen. Velvet Queen. Like that. I'll use this sprinkler bottle in a minute just to water them in a bit more. If I can put that back. So what I'll do is, I think these might go in the polytunnel or whatever, so yeah, stay tuned for me planting some more of these as well. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and if so, remember to click that like button and press subscribe with notifications on so you get notified every time I upload a new video. That will be very much appreciated, as we are very close to 450 subscribers at the time of this recording. We're trying to hit 500 by the end of April, so that will be very much appreciated if you could click subscribe. So I challenge you to enter Nick's Allotment Diaries Sunflower Competition. So head over to his channel. I'll leave a link to his channel and his sunflower competition video in the description below. and up in the little cards, that little eye icon above, I'll put his channel, so that's if I remember. So yeah, click up here to watch my latest video, and click over here to watch me repot some chilies, and click this little circle icon here to press subscribe. So apart from that, hope to see you all in the next one. Bye bye everybody.